Hi friends, welcome back to ARCTutorials. This is AI tutorial series for absolute beginners. I'm covering all the important topics and the terminologies that you need to learn in order to learn and master AI. In today's episode, we are learning what is deep learning. Whenever you hear the word deep learning in context of AI, after this episode, you will be able to explain it. Let's get started. Alright, so what exactly is deep learning? Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that uses neural networks with multiple layers that automatically learn complex patterns from large data sets. It mimics the way human brain processes information, recognizing patterns and then making decisions. So what exactly is the core concept of deep learning? It's based on artificial neural networks, or in turn you can say that it's like a interconnected nodes basically, right? Neural network is nothing but its structure of nodes, collection of nodes which process certain data to transform it. That's what the neural network does. So deep learning is based on this concept of interconnected nodes that will process and transform the data. Now remember this, each nodes comes with a layer, right? So each layer in deep network extracts certain high level features from raw data input. For example, let's say if you want to recognize an image or an object, there would be multiple layers, like first you extract the pixels, then you extract the edges, then you extract the shapes, and then you try and match it with a pattern in your data set matching that particular object. In our case it would be an image. So basically each node, they are all connected with layers where each data is extracted at each layer, which is what forms a raw input data to the next layer. Now how does it work? So input data is passed through several layers of neurons, or in this case you can also say nodes. So each neuron applies some weights, bias, activation functions to transform the data. Once that network learns by adjusting these weights through back propagation and gradient descent. Now these are the two algorithms that will help and kind of come up with the output data. To train all of this, you will need large labeled data sets. Okay, even ChatGPT or say Llama or Gemini or Perplexity, DeepSeek, all of these have large labeled data sets. Okay, one of that company which does is Scale AI, which recently Facebook bought it, Meta bought it. What it does is it will put label to the data sets, and that helps in extracting the data. And it also uses high computing power like GPUs and TPUs. It involves extensive tuning of hyperparameters or like learning rate, batch size, network depth, etc. And that's why whenever you hear about any learning of any particular data set or an AI model, they'll always mention how many parameters it's being built on. That's nothing but it's called fine tuning of hyperparameters. What are the different types of deep learning? There are mainly 5 types, you can say, or rather these are the 5 ways which we do deep learning. First one is CNN, which is convolutional neural networks. This one is used to extract metadata, information, high level features of images, visual data, videos like a thumbnail, etc. Then there is a recurrent neural network. Now this is used for time series basically. Let's say you want to do a text to speech or speech to text, where you have time series data that is sequential, that needs to be learned, or you can be labeled or trained. Then you have transformers. Now this is for large language learning, understanding, translation and generative AI, which is one of the example is ChatGPT. It's a transformer. Now autoencoders are there, which is used for data compression and feature extraction. Then finally you have something called reinforcement learning, or also called as deep reinforcement learning, which is used for decision making and controlling. Now this is mostly used in terms of gaming, robotics, advanced industrial automations, etc. What are some of the use cases of deep learning? Image, facial recognition, speech to text, pattern recognition, fingerprint recognition, natural language understanding like ChatGPT, GPT models, autonomous driving systems, and much more. Like even in X-rays, right? When you provide a large set of x-rays, you can do medical analysis, and all of the data patterns you can extract. Benefits of deep learning: it's human level perception in vision and speech, it's self-optimized with more data, it's reduced human intervention, superior accuracy in complex tasks. Again, this is trained on data continuously, so the models would keep improving. Thank you so much for joining in this episode. I hope it's clear the concept of deep learning. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions or doubts. Please do hit that like button, share button, and subscribe to keep supporting me and encouraging me. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode. Till then, happy learning.